Stop number 12 on the NNSCRA Castrol GTX Cup Series brings us to Sonoma, California, being the wine country, just on the outskirts of San Francisco, or just northeast of, I should say, as we are here today at Sonoma Raceway for the running of the Fram Autolite 300K. This is the twisty, turny 2.52 mile road course here, about a half a mile longer than what we was out at California Speedway last race on the tour, the Auto Club Speedway, I should say. Except that track was a 2-mile D-shaped racetrack. This here, like I said, a 2.52 mile twisty, turny road course. That's gonna have let's just say gonna be fun to watch. Let's put it that way here. So 17 laps in order today here, and here's the starting lineup for today's race. On the pole is Charles Sanford in 24, the DuPont Chevrolet. He's alongside Jessica Shelton, number 94, the McDonald's Ford. Jess has one of our both Charles and Jess has two of our in-car cameras in today's race. Second row, Levi McIntyre in the X-Iberis SKF Ford. He's alongside Dylan Young in number 2, the Miller Lite Ford. Third row, Kyle Matthews, number 42, the Coors Light Pontiac, and Keith Batson in the Quality Care Ford Credit Ford, number 88. Going to row number 4, we see Quentin Moore in 21, the Citgo Ford. Quentin has our third in-car camera. He's alongside Cole Deaver in the GM Durant Chevrolet, car number 3. Deaver won the season at Atlanta. Going to row number 5, we have Seth Cullen, 44, and Trent Dunham in number 1. Next row down has number 33, Matt McIntyre and Joshua Osborne, car number 20. Next row down has number 4, William Brock, and number 18, Nathan Ormond. Next row has 31, Daniel Bouchard, who won at Richmond, and Zach Rogers, the Valvoline Ford, car number 6. He won at North Wilkesboro this season in the First Union 400. Next row, Dylan Poteet in 22, the Caterpillar Pontiac, and Phil Parker in number 5. Next row down, Jesse Turner in number 75, the Remington Arms Ford. He's alongside number 43, Mike Becker, the STP Pontiac. Next row down, the man who finally broke through his first victory in his Cup Series career. He won at California Speedway, the last race on the tour. It's John Andrews, the brand new winner on the Castrol GTX Cup Series Tour. He's alongside James Sykes in number 90, the Heilig Myers Ford. Next row down has Alex Miller in 15, and number 28, Kat Batson. Next row down has number 87, Aaron Macklin, and 29, Zachary Fitzwater. Next row has number 40, Zach Winkle, the Daytona 500 champion, and number 30, Ryan George, the Gummouth Pontiac. Next row down, Roberto Crown Jr. in 17, and number 16, that's Rob Evans. Next row down has number 10, Paul Minnick, who won at Talladega, and number 25, James Henry, the Budweiser Chevrolet, excuse me. Next row down has number 26, Ryan Brommer, the Quaker State Ford, and numbers 98, Laura Chung, who finished a heartbreakingly close second to John Andrews at the Auto Club 400. Next row down, Allison Rain coming from way out back in number 7, the X-Iberis Ford, and alongside of Allison will be number 23, Wes McCoy in the Smokin' Joe's Ford. Next row down, Muhammad Abdullah and Cement Ozcon, and then starting shotgun field will be number 37, Dylan Abrahamian, and Daniel Goodrock. That's the last row of cars here. So that being said, here 40 cars are on the grip of this race here. I'm about to give the command to fire the engines here in just a few seconds.
3, 2, 1, gentlemen, start your engines.
That should be, ladies and gentlemen, start your engines, as we have a woman on the front row for this race here. As the field prepares for the pace up, we're back for the start of the race right after this. Pace car already on the pit road. The field will be led in the tow of Charles Sanford and Jessica Shelton as the green flag's about to fly. And the Fram Autolite 300K is underway. Let's go road racing at Sonoma. This is the first road course race on the tour. First of 3, I should say. The other 2 will be at Watkins Glen and Riverside as Levi McIntyre got off the course just a little bit. Riverside would be about a couple of races from now, though, for the Bug 400. And then Watkins Glen will be a little bit later in the season as well, too. Charles Sanders already pulled out to a bit of a lead here as you got Dylan Young and Jessica Shelton battling out for second place right now as they come off the as they head for turn number 6. And now they head for turn number 7. And this is where the action can be at times. So Charles has got a pretty good lead at this point. Here comes Shelton and Dylan Young, Matthews and Batson. They go through there. McIntyre. Let's see whoever. Oh, Dunham got a little bit loose coming off that corner. And everybody made it through okay. So that's the so everybody made it through the S's okay. Or I should say turn 7. Charles Samper lead him down for the 11th corner. Dylan Young second position, and a battle for 4th position between Keith Batson and Kyle Matthews. And Batson will take 4th position away from Matthews. So lap number 1 is in the books here, and Charles Samper, the man from the the southern part of California, looking to get his first victory of the season here. He leads the first lap. He's won here at Sonoma before, but he's never won at Auto Club Speedway, so he's got 1 California track already down. He came close to winning at Auto Club last race on the tour, but I think still finished top 10 in that race. I think top 5 as we watch Levi McIntyre in the 99 car, running in 6th position right now, battling Cole Deaver and Quentin Moore as they head down to turn number 6. Deaver coming off that corner here very well, and here they come for turn number 7. See if anybody's going to come in through their side by side here. Joshua Osborne comes to the back of Trent Dunham's car, just about turn around, and now Osborne has Matt McIntyre on the inside of him. Jesse Turner and Bill Parker going at it right there. Here they come through the 7th corner. Let's see what all happens. Everybody makes it through okay again here, so here they come for the 11th corner, and Sanford's already got a big lead right now in the number 24 machine. Dylan Young and Jessica Shelton, that's the top 3 right now in the order at this point. And Charles's lead already has ballooned to a 2.25 seconds now over Dylan Young. Shelton another second back there. She's in 3rd position right now. Keith Batson a little bit off the track right there. Here comes Kyle Matthews in number 42 to the low side. Kyle running in 4th position right now. Or actually make that 5th position, excuse me. The number 42 machine. Kyle trying to close up on Keith, but nothing doing right now. He's got his fellow Buckeye, Levi McIntyre, behind him in the 99 car in 6th place. Kyle off to a bit of an up and down start of the season so far here in the number 42 machine, and looks to break out of the little bit of a slump he's got himself in so far, but strong contender he usually is, and he is looking to do okay right now. So they go through turn number 7 there. There you see Poteet and Daniel Bouchard trying to poke his nose inside of Zach Rogers. That is for position as well too, but Zach holds his own, and as they come down for turn number 30 S's, foot flat to the floor on those 2 machines here. That's coming down for turn number 9. Now you break a little bit for turn number 10, and here comes the copter cam of those 2 cars for turn number 11. There at 11th corner in a pretty good clip as they go down through turn number 12 through over those two white lines, and ready to start another lap here at Sonoma as they come down through turns 1 and 2. Take you through the order of this field right now. There's Charles Samper, currently the leader, driving the Jeff Gordon colors here. Charles looking strong right now. Dylan Young is in 2nd place. 3rd right now is Jessica Shelton. 4th is Keith Batson. 5th is Kyle Matthews. 6th is Levi McIntyre. Cole Deaver's in 7th. 8th is Quentin Moore. Seth Cole in 9th, and Trent Dunham running in 10th as he's trying to hold off Joshua Osborne for a position here. Osborne running in 11th right now. There is Joshua, the Home Depot Pontiac. Matt McIntyre in 12th. 13th is William Brock. 14th is Nathan Orman. 15th right now is Dylan Poteet. 16th is Zach Rogers. Then Daniel Bouchard 17th. 18th is Jesse Turner. 19th is Phil Parker. Mike Becker's in 20th. John Andrews, the winner at Auto Club Speedway, runs 21st. Alex Miller's 22nd. 23rd right now, belonging to James Sykes. 24th is Cat Batson. And Zach Winkle's 25th. Aaron Macklin 27th. 28th is Zachary Fitzwater. Excuse me. 28th is Ryan George. 29th is Rob Evans. Roberto Crown Jr. runs 30th. There's the pace car here. Paul Minnick is 31st. 32nd is the car of Ryan Brommer. 33rd, Wes McCoy. 34th is James Henry. Cement Oscon 35th. Laura Chung's dropped to 36th. Allison Rain 37th. Muhammad Abdullah 38th. 39th is Dylan Abrahamian. 40th is Daniel Getrock. That's how they run right now, as Charles Samper heads his way for turn number 7. He gets through okay. Dylan Young gets through okay. Shelton, Batson, Matthews, McIntyre, Deaver. Quentin Moore swung a little bit wide there. Joshua Osborne now trying to hold off the 33 car of Matt McIntyre. You look at William Brock in the number 4 Kodak Film Chevrolet. We have to look at Jessica Shelton as we're going to take a ride around the lap with Jess, the queen of the road on the track here. She's won here quite a few times. They're going through turn number 1. There's 1A, and here's turn 2. Here's second gear on this course. There's 3 and 3A at this point. And then braking a little bit hard for turn number 4. Down to there about 62, 61 miles an hour. There's turn 5 up the hill. She goes, and then back down the hill for turn number 6. That's a portion of the track called the Carousel. And down there around 90 miles an hour through there. She's in 4th gear, but only briefly, because here she comes for turn number 7. It's one of the 2 hairpins on this course. A little bit wider turn 7 than it used to be. It used to be a true hairpin. That course used to be, or that turn I should say. There's turn 8A right there, a little bit up and downhill of this part of the course. That low road you see to the left, that's what's used for the IndyCar portion of the track. Brakes for turn number 10. Right there, following Dylan Young and Charles Samper. Here she comes. Oh, here she goes. Turn number 11. And down there about 48 miles an hour in second gear is how fast she goes through that corner. Foot flat to the floor on her Ford. And that's about 140 miles an hour to turn number 1 in 4th gear. Her last lap, 101.847 miles an hour. This track at Sonoma really fast here, and these cars and these drivers really skilled, I should say, too. Dylan Young has fast lap so far at 102.415. This is one of the slowest tracks we go to on the circuit, by the way. Sanford down the inside here. Here she comes for turn number 7. So we got any interesting battles going on right there? I think they're all single file pretty much right now. So we go through the field of cars. And there's the Samper heading for turn number 11. There's turn 12. There he goes through this area. This track at Sonoma, a very multi-purpose facility as well too. There's Sonoma, California is. This track 2.52 miles in length. It also has a couple of other things on this course here. One is a driving school where I've seen one, of course, has the Bob Bondurant Driving School here at I believe here at Sonoma. And also, of course, included on this track here, the drag strip, where, of course, the NHRA holds one of their events in the middle part of summer here, specifically the late part of the last weekend in July. Usually is when they run. The NHRA usually runs on the drag strip at Sonoma. As you see, Dylan Young now trying to close up on Sanford for position. So that's part of the multi-purpose facility you have at Sonoma: a road course, a driving school, and a drag strip. Which, of course, really, this track at Sonoma dates back as far as 1969. That's how far back this track goes to. Here they come for the copper cam right there, and there you see that little. As they're heading down for turn number 11. There you see it, and you're gonna see a strip of pavement right there off to your left. There it is right there. Where it is right there. That's the drag strip where the NHRA holds their races at. And so that's where margin right now between the two, 75/100ths of a second. That time between Sanford and Dylan Young. You're riding on the roof cam of Charles's car. There's the rear bumper cam on his DuPont Chevrolet. Down for turn number 6. Top 10 has not changed a bunch here. It's still Sanford leading, then Young, Shelton, Keith Batson, and Kyle Matthews the top 5. Levi McIntyre remains 6th. Cole Deaver remains 7th. 8th place remains Quentin Moore, Seth Cohen 9th, and Trent Dunham runs in 10th position right now. As we have completed now, about to complete the 9th lap of this race. We'll have 8 to go, so we're past halfway home. 11th is Joshua Osborne, 12th is Matt McIntyre, 13th is William Brock, 14th is still Nathan Ormond, then it's Dylan Poteet, Zach Rogers in 16th position, 17th is Daniel Bouchard, 18th is Jesse Turner, 19th is Bill Parker, and Mike Becker runs 20th at the moment. Cross start finish line goes Sanford, and the margin actually grew between those two, 93/100ths of a second. Between the front two cars, Dylan trying to close his way up through the field here. Shelton's still a little bit further away back. She's almost 3 seconds back, 2.74 seconds as a matter of fact. But she's still got about 1 second between her and 4th place Keith Batson. As Batson, of course, as we mentioned, got around. I shouldn't say got around. He stayed ahead of Kyle Matthews since the first lap, I should say. But and there's a look from our third in-car camera, carried by Quentin Moore, the Citgo Ford. Quentin has won on one of the road courses in the Castrol GTX Cup Series. His road course win came at Watkins Glen back in season 26. And Quentin will be the first to tell you that he did not expect that at all, expect to win on a road course at all, because that's one of his. But you come to think of it too, with everybody else in the series, and everybody else who's signed up here, that their road courses are not their strong suit. But the one person I probably know of who really likes racing road courses is Zach Rogers. That's when it comes to online racing, as a matter of fact. Here, Rogers, we mentioned right now, runs 16th on the order. As we take a ride with Quentin Moore on his lap here, that's how he goes through the second turn. He goes for 68 miles an hour in second gear on his course, still trying to chase down Cole Deaver in the number 3 GM Goodwrench Chevrolet. Quentin driving the 1995 Morgan Shepherd colors here. That's the colors of his, one of the colors of his favorite race car driver. Off turn number 6 they come here. Quentin trying to make it through, heading for turn number 7. On the scores, there's Deaver. McIntyre now trying to close up on Kyle Matthews for 5th position. There's Batson. There's Shelton right there, 94. And there's the leader, Charles Sanford, number 24. Taking a break from this race here, and we'll be right back for the finish right after this. So, sorry for the boring racing we're having at Sonoma, California right now, as we are now on the 12th lap of this race here. So 6 laps are left remaining in this race here at Sonoma Raceway. Of course, the next race on the tour, of course, will not be a points race. We'll be at Charlotte Motor Speedway for the next race on the tour. Or I should say next 2 races, because we'll be heading to the Winston All-Star race for the next race on the tour at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Then the next Charlotte race on the tour after that will be the prestigious but points-paying Coca-Cola 600, which is, of course, the longest race in the tour at 60 laps around Charlotte Motor Speedway. So it'll be a long trip to go from sunny California all the way down to Charlotte, North Carolina for this series as they get ready for All-Star Weekend. Of course, the cars that are in the All-Star races, as we mentioned, looking through the field here, Trent Dunham's in the. Now, of course, the All-Star race, of course, it refers is a field full of race winners dating back from the Daytona 500 to the 12th race of the season, which will be right here at Sonoma right now. It was going to be race number 11 on the season, but stupid me actually went to already had the field set up for California instead of Sonoma, so I decided to run California after Talladega instead of Sonoma. But as long as this race is running right now, I'm probably going to shorten this up to 12 laps next season. Is what it's looking like, because this track is going to be a very long race here, obviously. But again, of course, back to the field of where the All-Star race is going to be. It's race winners from the Daytona 500 on down to race number 12 of the season here, and of course also past season champions. The race winners who are not past season champions, they will advance into the All-Star race as well too, without having to try to claw their way through via the Winston Open. The Winston Open, of course, is the prelude to the All-Star race, obviously, I guess you could say. But as far as the Winston Open is concerned here, the top 5 finishers in that race will be the last 5 qualifiers to get into the Winston Open, into the Winston All-Star race itself, though. So the former season champions that's gotten in. It's into the All-Star race right now. Well, you're looking at one of them, Jessica Shelton, number 94. Charles Sanford, who leads this race right now, is already locked in despite not having yet won this season. Dylan Young, he's already locked in by virtue of winning twice this season so far. Keith Batson is another driver who's already locked his way in. Kyle Matthews is in. Levi McIntyre's in. Cole Deaver's in. Quentin Moore is in. Seth Cole is in. And Trent Dunham's in. So all of the top 10 drivers in the field are already in the All-Star race as well, too. So that's there's 10 drivers that's already locked in. Joshua Osborne's locked in by virtue of being a 3-time series champion in this series. Zach Rogers is in the All-Star race already as well, too. So he's locked in. As is also... let me look through all the other names. Dylan Poteet, he's the season 1 series champion. He's already locked in himself. Also, I'm trying to go through all those names while trying to keep up with the race here itself. excuse me, Daniel Bouchard, he's already locked in as well too in the All-Stars, as well as John Andrews, and I believe that's all the names right now that's already locked into the All-Stars as well too. So that's your but yeah, if you're a past champion in the Castrol GTX Cup Series, you're in the All-Stars test provided if you sign up for the series. So that's basically how everything is. So hopefully I'll explain that all simplified to you on that one. So gotta talk about something during this boring race here at Sonoma, California, can we? Anyway, Charles Samper right now leads this race here again as he has since the green flag. He's started from the pole. Top 10 runners have not changed at all. There's Osborne. He remains 11th right now in number 20. 12th is Matt McIntyre. 13th is William Brock. 14th is Nathan Ormond. Then it's Dylan Poteet, Zach Rogers, Bouchard, Turner, Phil Parker, and Mike Becker, the top 20 as of right now in the King Richard Petty number 43. Becker coming off of a solid fourth place finish he had at California Speedway, the last race on the tour, down in Southern California. There he is. They're trying to chase down Phil Parker in the 5 car, the Kellogg's Cornflake Special here. Part of that 3-car Hendrick Motorsports team. One of those Hendrick cars right now leads. So Sanford, and the 3rd Hendrick car right now currently runs right now in 34th. That is the 25 of James Henry in this field here. So there's the rest of the cars running right now. There's John Andrews in 21st position. Alex Miller remains 22nd. Then James Sykes, Zach Winkle, and Cat Batson in 25th position. Zach Winkle, we forgot to mention, is an underdriver who's already locked in to the All-Stars by virtue of winning the Daytona 500 this season. So Zach Winkle, by virtue of winning that race, he's already here. And that race makes his first ever All-Star appearance, I believe. If not his first ever, it's his first in a long time for that number 40 Kendall Motor Oil Pontiac out of Sapco Racing. That is a 1995 Pontiac he is driving this season. Coming down for 2 laps to go right now here is Charles Sanford. He's going to see the white flag. He's got 1 lap remaining in this race here at Sonoma. And Dylan Young is trying to chop that lead, those 72 hundredths of a second between those front 2 cars. Charles knows one little slip and Dylan Young is going to be up on his back bumper of that number 24 DuPont Chevrolet. And to think of how many times has Jeff Gordon brought these cars to victory lane at Sonoma back in the late 90s, 1998, 1999, and actually 2000 he actually brought those cars on to victory lane on a 2000 Monte Carlo. And of course, not to mention adding about 2 more victories on his track as well too in 2004 and 2006. But Charles is about to do it again here. He's brought those cars to victory lane before here at Sonoma. If he can survive the last half of this racetrack, though, he will be home free as they come through turn number 8A. Dylan Young still trying to close that number 2 Miller Lite Ford. He may not win here today unless barring if something goes wrong with Charles's car, though. But Dylan will add to that great finishing percentage he's gathered up this season. But today, the day will belong to the California Crusher. Charles Sanford rounds turn number 12. Checker flag waves. Charles Sanford wins the Fram Autolite 300K here at Sonoma. Second place will go to Dylan Young. Third to the Queen of the Road, Jessica Shelton. Fourth will go to Keith Batson. And fifth to Kyle Matthews. Sixth place will go to Levi McIntyre. Cole Deaver 7th. 8th to Quentin Moore. 9th to Seth Cole and Trent Dunham. will finish in 10th. Probably one of the best road finishes, I think, in a long time for Trent. As a matter of fact, and average speed 101.696 miles per hour. Rest of the finishing order for you here. Joshua Osborne comes home in 11th. Then Matt McIntyre, William Brock, Nathan Orman, Dylan Poteet, Zach Rogers, Daniel Bouchard, Jesse Turner, Phil Parker, and Mike Becker, the top 20. Rest of the order for you here. John Andrews, 21st. 22nd will go to Alex Miller. 23rd, James Sykes. 24th position will go to Zach Winkle, then Kat Batson, Aaron Macklin, Zachary Fitzwater, Ryan George, Rob Evans, and Roberto Crown Jr. was the 30th place finisher. Rest of the order for you. Paul Minnick, the winner at Talladega, 31st. 32nd will go to Ryan Brummer. Wes McCoy was 33rd, excuse me. James Henry, Cement Ozcon, Laura Chung, Allison Rain, Muhammad Abdullah, Dylan Abrahamian, and Daniel Getrock was the last finisher. All 40 cars finished here today, and all of them finished on the lead lap. So 12 races are in the books on the season. So 12 races in the books this season here, and the man who had Martinsville all wrapped up this season had Martinsville basically all wrapped up until he crashed into a car after he took the caution flag, leading with 4 laps to go in the race. Charles Sanford has vindicated himself in front of his home state, in front of his hometown fans. In fact, the track that he's been to as well too is Sonoma, California. Back in, I think it was in 2018 when he went there too. But Charles vindicates himself with a big victory here today, averaging 101.696 miles per hour as he gets his first victory of the season. And it's going to give him momentum heading into the All-Stars at Charlotte Motor Speedway this season. And with that said here, if you like what you see here, be sure to subscribe to the NNSCRA Sports and Gaming channel. We got everything on this channel. We got inner races, we got gaming videos, we got inner online videos, we got whatever the president of the NNSCRA Seth Cole desires to have for his channel. Be sure to check out Seth's Store Sell Cup series, which is also on this channel as well too. It's the main series on this channel, as a matter of fact. And so be sure to check out that series, and of course give this channel a subscribe, as well as our other 2 channels that does NNSCRA offline series. X6753985AX is the man who does the NNSCRA Spectrum Mobile Cup Series. That's Dylan Young's channel, and so give his channel a sub, as well as Thrashmania899's channel. That's the man who does the NNSCRA Marvel Studios Cup Series. That's Levi McIntyre's channel, so give his channel a sub too. So both those channels have some cool stuff as well too, so as well as we do here in the NNSCRA. So that will do it here today at Sonoma. For now, this is James Qualls. This has been a production of the NNSCRA, celebrating 10 years of offline racing at its best. We'll see you at the Winston All-Star Race at Charlotte Motor Speedway.